For the next couple seasons, I want to get to one of the top riders in the world and try to get to the 2014 Olympics.
My life goal has been to go to the Olympics. It's what I've always wanted to do since I was a little kid.
Join us as we follow some of Canada's top alpine snowboarders as they travel the globe in search of new destinations, adventure, and gold.
Being able to do this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, even if, you know, we don't reach our goals. Like, I've lived an incredible life getting to see all these places around the world.
Traveling with the Calgary Snowboard Club, it's a good environment. Everybody gets along pretty well, and it's a small, tight-knit family.
The thing I like most about racing is probably the speed, being on edge and the adrenaline rush.
Go for it and see who's best. It was the best feeling ever.
See how it goes. That's good.
In this episode of On Edge, we head to Vail, Colorado to prepare for this season's first NORAM Cup, then head to Woodward at Copper for an afternoon of fun.
Tell me where you'd like to center this thing.
What's that? Okay, good. You're hooked?
I'm hooked.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just landed here in Denver. Usually land and it's t-shirt and shorts weather. Instead, we got 8 inches of fresh, wet snow and it's -1 outside. And we're headed up to Vail. We got a training camp going on for a week and then 1 week of racing at Copper Mountain.
Vail invested in a new snowmaking system, and the preseason training had a good reputation the last couple of seasons. So 2 things in mind, the good snow and the change of facility, just trying to change it up a bit for the guys. We ended up here in Vail for our training camp. Probably the only snowboarders on the planet that actually like hard snow, and we like the way they set the snow up. They go so far as to actually inject water into the snow here to make it more firm and more consistent. It doesn't necessarily make it slick or icy, it just makes it firm and consistent for the training camp and for the whole session. We don't get as many ruts. Well, I'm not the one riding the course, so it seems fine. The surface is, if you commit to the turn properly, it grips and holds really nice, but it is a very firm surface here. We have members of the National Snowboard Team, and we have members of Calgary Snowboard Club's National Training Center. You know, it doesn't happen around the world, why you see like Calgary Snowboard Club, like our National Training Center training with the national team, because we have a shared goal in mind and we're working very closely together to accomplish that. In Calgary, it's around 4,000 feet where we train. That's considered somewhat of a high elevation training venue as it is, but when we come here, we're really high.
At the end of the run, you're out of breath, like trying to catch your breath the whole way up the lift, and then you got to do it all over again.
You know, the effort that you might have in Calgary at 4,000 feet to do replicate the same effort here, it's going to take a higher heart rate, it's going to take more energy to do that. There's an effect on our blood cells, increases some blood cell counts, and it makes us be able to handle more work for the next couple months in our training and in our racing. In Vail itself, everything is very close together in Central Vail, so once we're done training, we can walk to town to have lunch, and groceries are just a 5-minute drive away, so everything's very, very close. It's nice. It seems like they've tried to create a European feel to the resort, so a lot of the buildings and the streets are a bit narrower, and they have a certain architecture that remind me a lot of being in Austria, you know, in the Alps.
November time?
Yeah, it's just about that time.
We had 1 day off while we were here, and we went to Woodward, which is like an indoor kind of skate park, rec center with a big like snowboard booter. We rented boards, so we didn't want to screw up our own bases.
Doug, do you need to do my shoe size if I'm not renting boots?
Yeah, just put it in.
I'll go down to the Smith.
It is our basic package, but it's got the reverse camber and all that good jazz, so you won't be lacking.
We get like sliding buttons.
Yeah? Oh yeah. This is just my quick plate system.
Yeah.
Where are you changing it to?
Okay, I was gonna do. Here, can I see that?
Darren.
Okay.
Talk to me.
All right.
Hey, this is my job.
Okay, we'll see how that went.
Darren tried to take control of the screwdriver because he tried and it never happened.
All right. Okay, you can do what you want, but I'm gonna change it. So.
Are you?
He didn't like it. It's like grabbing a carpenter's hammer, you know.
I usually don't have people grabbing my screwdrivers, so.
Probably get on soft boots maybe twice a year.
Easy to lift after spills would probably be the best use for me. No, I'm a 2. I'm a 2.
Okay.
I'm right in the middle. Exactly. 2 is a punter. 1, you're too slow to be a punter, and 3, you're in control.
Our gear's way too nice to be taken off of these fake ramps, so yeah, it's always good to ruin somebody else's stuff than your own.
It's like Christmas, man. Christmas morning. I don't know. I didn't even know what to think.
That's amazing. It's such a sweet facility. It's you hear that when you walk in, you can hear the guys up on the right skating in the bowl upstairs, and you can look through the 2 little windows they have set up, and you can see people coming at you from the jumps into the foam pits, and you can look up the stairs and see people jumping on the tramps. It's such a cool way to spend an afternoon.
When we return, the team progresses their way from the floor to the air.
The first thing in here, really, is just to have fun and learn, right?
Oh, that's cute. You getting that, Cliff?
You have to hold that one for like a minute and a half in gymnastics. A lot of love right there.
It's sweet.
Well, we signed up for a program called the One Hit Wonder, and the One Hit Wonder is a few-hour session where they progress you from being on the ground and the floor, so just the basic warm-up, and then the basic tumbling and rolling, and building those making sure all those skills are solid and in place, learn how to fall properly, learn how to roll properly.
Actually not that bad for Mark.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I'm impressed.
He's an athletic, large man.
I bet you at least within 2 tries, you guys are gonna all do this and probably clear it. From what I see, you guys are all pretty strong. You'll probably clear it. Okay, Ballard. Yeah, Ballard, go Ballard!
He kind of walked at it quickly and then laid down on it and then rolled off like he was getting out of bed on the other side and claimed it.
I'm a shred dog, absolutely. And then they progress it to the trampolines, and then from the trampolines you get in to jump into the foam pits.
Struggle. Just lend a hand if you want.
I'd say he looked a lot like the starfish in SpongeBob SquarePants, Patrick.
When it comes to tumbling and flipping around, it's been a while since I've been on a tramp, so I felt a little bit lost, but I had fun. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think he can. I've seen him do it before.
No, not first try.
Mad skills, pull him out of your butt.
And he's like spinning and flipping and then running up walls and doing handstands and stuff off of his back, and it was like amazing. I've never seen anything like it. If you've never done it before, just falling back onto something and not even looking where you're going is scary. So Darren couldn't hold it in. He had to show his fear a little bit and give it the old over the shoulder and then go.
That backdrop, you can have a lot of fun, keeps you safe, and you can learn these new tricks. That's what we want.
Some sort of foam board.
that I'm not trusting the Velcro so much on, but
Yo, it'll hold.
What?
I bounced a couple times and it felt fine. Then I did like a spin or something, like a 360, and it felt like super off balance. And I think it's just because your feet are so close together, because it had like a 9-inch stance on it, and you're spinning like a pencil.
I want to strap on skis and just have fun, you know?
Daffy.
Double dap.
You gotta get it way up there.
It's called Screaming Siemens. He's a reckless man.
When we got on the trampolines, I was totally distracted and caught up in those that I totally forgot that we were gonna be hitting the ramp.
Watch, I want you all to do this. So jump, swivel. Yep, good. Show me a hop. Good. Come over here and stop on your toe.
I want to tuck my hands in, just in case. The carpet was like, it was like this long, and it was kind of like brushes. It was almost like riding on a brush.
Oh, don't use your edges. Just stay like right over the plates.
So we're standing at the top there, and Carter goes, "Hey, I'm going for the rail and the wood." Carter just blows it out the back of his head and goes and smashes into the piece of wood and then rolls off the ramp and is just pumped at the end, laughing his head off, smiling.
Being at the top of your game and trying to get there as an athlete is a lot of work, and some days it's fun and sometimes it's not. And that's why we have to mix it in with these fun days as well with these guys, just to keep the spirit light and to keep them stoked, willing to put in those hard hours as well.
The whole thing is great. Definitely a good way to spend the day off.
Side slip all the way.
Yeah.
And as you're doing it, you don't really want to be putting the brakes on. Okay? You just kind of want to let it take you. Just stand stacked over your boards with your hands out. Let it take you. You'll feel it'll be one of the fastest, loudest side slips you've ever done. But you'll slow right down.
Okay. That's gonna be harder than just going straight.
Good.
It's a lot steeper than it looks, but I don't know. There was enough boys there that you kind of had to man up, and luckily I was the first one down. So.
But you're not pointing it. You side slip about halfway down and point it. Okay? And as soon as you point it, don't over point. Just kind of pressure it. It'll come right around.
Baby got like 5 feet out and just flat on my head into the foam pit. It's pretty bad.
It looks pretty intense, but when you get on it, it's actually not as fast as I was expecting. I thought you were gonna be going way faster into it. All the other crazy like spins and other flips we were trying were just zero control and just throwing yourself off the ramp and seeing what happened.
Just stuck there, and you're just waiting for the rope and kind of out of breath too. It's kind of like you're drowning.
Pretty much drowning above water because you're like 3 feet under it. The only thing you can see is light around your board. So you just try to take your bindings off and get up and out of it. Just doing something totally different that's fun like that just keeps you stoked and kind of takes your mind off of the racing and the training and whatever, even if you had a bad day that day. And then you go do something like that, the next day you're guaranteed it's going to be way easier to refocus and have a good day.
Thanks for coming out to Woodward today. These guys learned quick, progressed fast, and I like these guys.
Yeah, thanks, man. Had a good time today, man.
Thanks a lot, man.
Copper at Woodward. Get it in you.
My Muzzy. Check her out. Can you zoom in on that?
This one? It's for November. Grow my mow out.
Darren's mustache. Oh, he calls it his pride and joy. I can see it from here. It's got to be big if I can see it from here.
He always tries to convince me that his is growing in.
I just got to keep it under control. I might even have to trim it soon. This is just a thing of beauty. It's just that it's blonde.
I think mine's just very, very black, very dark.
But no, I think it's good. Because he's calling a thin black and orange mustache his pride and joy, as opposed to something cool like, I don't know, something you'd call your pride and joy.
I'd say this kid, but he'll probably say differently. Nice looking.
Swag daddy? It's not very swag daddy. Don't forget, it is also only the 8th. We got the whole month to go, man. We got time. This thing is gonna be a beast by the end.
Stay tuned for the next episode of On Edge as the Calgary Snowboard Club competes in the first ever triple slalom.
I like melons.